News this time round, we're talking about state of Kenyan football with focus on a team that participates in top tier, that is Kenya Premier League, in the name of AFC Leopards, 13th-time Kenya Premier League champion, and we're glad to be joined by the team manager for the team, Albert Wesonga. Good to see you, Albert. You are a late comer, though.
Not really, but sometimes I come early. It's only today, but I'm happy to be here, and thanks for your invitation.
Thank you. So, tell us about the preparations for the team ahead of the season kickoff. I understand FKF Premier League will be starting on 10th next month. I don't know, what are the strategies like? Because people are saying that, FC Leopard is a sleeping giant. The last time you won silverware was in 1998. That is talking of top flight serious title, leave alone these cup titles. We're talking about
serious titles.
Kenya Premier League title, and even going at the continental level, playing in CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation, it's not been forthcoming. I don't know. What is something different are you putting in place?
Thank you, Maxwell. For the last years, actually FC has been without trophies. But this time round, we have come up with a system that we want also to make our fans happy. In a manner that, to start with, we have tried, despite us not signing any player, you know about the ban that we have from the FIFA. We have tried to maintain all the players that we had last season so that we can continue from where we left. And when I came in, we decided that out of the players that we have also come up with a promising youth, like 3-4 players that we have promoted from the youth to the senior team. And with the capacity and the depth that we have, I'm sure we are going to compete.
Ken, 2 months ago, before conclusion of last season's top tier, I attended AFC Leopards training, and their coach told me that their dream and wish is that the leadership of the team led by Dan Shikenda, who later got re-elected as the chairman of the team, retains 80 to 90% of the team, because it's a squad that has shown promise, and it is something that he's saying that due to their failure to sign players following FIFA ban, they have retained most of the players. Do you think it can work to their advantage?
Yeah, I think because now they have to maintain people who have already had a season to put everything away. They've had a season to gel. They know the circumstances they are under, so the coach already understood way before the season started that I want to be getting new players. So, as he said, they've managed to come up with these 3-4 youth players who can come into the team, and again, they've had a whole season of adversity. They've played well, they've suffered a bit, but now they've been
blown hot and cold, no consistency from them.
Yeah, and that can be good for a team which now understands the circumstances which it is in, because now they know these are the players we're going to depend on. Last season was just a show of a bit, because obviously the ban affected them last season more than this season, because this season they were not expecting to sign. They knew how they were going into it. So I think we can read a bit into it and expect better things from FC the coming season.
Talk to us about technical ability of the team. You, at the helm as team manager, with your vast experience, you've risen through the ranks. You've been in charge of Nakumatt FC some time back, until that point where it got defunct, and now Mount Kenya United, which participated in second-tier National Super League, and now Patrick Osims. Is he still in charge?
Yeah, we still have the head coach, the Patrick Osims as
Tom Juma is
Tom Juma is still the assistant.
A person who has also had stints with the national team
around the Stars. Yes, and previously there was some rumors that coach is leaving, but I can assure the fans and even the people watching us that we still have coach in intact, and maybe in a week's time or 2 weeks he'll be joining the team. So that
he's still abroad, though.
He's still abroad. He will be joining the team so that we can move together. Right now, what we are doing, and the team is still in the assistant coach hands. That's Tom Juma, and we are really doing well, because from where we started and the way the pre-season is picking up slowly, we are actually anticipating by the time we start the league, we should having a formidable team that is ready to compete.
You see, this thing of being told next season we will give our opponents a run for their money as is becoming a cliche, Ken, because we get to hear most of it from these, sports stakeholders locally, and it never comes to pass. Execution is zero. FC Leopards is a team that enjoys huge following in Kenya, and most of their supporters are always looking forward, getting
The-
huge, massive performance from the team,
Yeah.
which never comes to pass. This time round, are you defying all odds to put a smile on their faces?
Yeah, because from the beginning when I came in, and this one of my objectives that we need to pull that crowd to come back to FC where it used to be. And that one can only happen when the team is formidable and the team is ready to compete. And as we speak, or from the look of things, the way I've assessed the situation, right now we have a team that can compete. And bearing in mind that you have retained actually 98% of the team that participated last year. And you can, if you can remember, the position that we finished, it was actually number 5. And by that time, we had actually pulled a lot of a big fan base to the team, where the fans were really enjoying the kind of football that we are playing. And actually, Maxwell, if you look the way FC plays right now, this is maybe I can say the Arsenal for Kenya, because we play good football, and people like football. People like the style of the way FC plays. And if we can maintain and maybe now push a little bit for the win, and that one will pull a lot of crowd to the stadium, so that we can maintain that touch or that force that fans are expecting from us.
Okay. Yeah. And that squad of FC Leopards is a blend of youth and experience. The likes of Eugene Mukangula, the captain, and this man who has been all over,
yes.
Playing in Zambian Premier League, yes. And now he's back at FC Leopards. Having, keenly followed Kenya Premier League and Kenyan football in general, is it a key strategy now that they have been prohibited from acquiring new players by FIFA? Is it workable? Is it practical?
Yeah, I think it's very workable. As he said they have a team that can compete, so they've had the time to work on the style. But the big question will arise when the season actually starts, because you have to look back and ask, are they competing for the Kenya Premier League or the Cups? You have to, because you look at their competitors, still Tusker will still be in the mix. Gor will want to, go back to being the big wigs in Kenya football, and KCB. So I think the squad, how they performed last season against these big teams, what is the biggest difference that you think will be if these games happen when it comes into the season?
Thank you. To me, at first, there's that thing that we call gel and maybe the experience. Because when we were towards the end of the season, 3/4 of the players that we were using were from mainly youth. And right now they have gained that experience, and now they know that they can really play. Like I can remember when we met Gor Mahia in the derby, we had 3 youths who had never played in any derby. And to me, they really performed well. And given opportunity that right now they know that truly derby is not the way we were thinking. It's just like any other games.
They never developed big stage fright.
Yeah, because at first they were a little bit of nervousness. But right now, I can assure you, these guys, they now know what they want. And every time in our normal talks, I always encourage them, guys, no one will come maybe from heaven or from anywhere. It's you people to go and compete for these trophies. And for the last years that FC Leopards have been without caps, now it's you people to come and make sure that you give in the effort that you want, so that you can actually get what you also want in this Premier League. The only thing maybe I can pray, and because right now teams are preparing, and we don't know when the league is starting on 11 as per the fixture. But we don't know if there might be changes, but we are really focused. We are really focused, and we are going to deliver.
You got a shot in the arm through that financial boost from mobile gaming firm Betika after Sportica deal failed to materialize. Has that motivated the players?
Yeah, Maxwell.
No, close to 200 million is not a joke.
Yes, and that's one of the things that if you factor in last season, AFC Leopards were playing without any stability of sponsorship. And given opportunity right now, we have a good sponsor who is Betika. And I'm sure the players will also play knowing that at least at the end of the day, they have something to take home. So I'm sure that will bring in more motivation and also raise in our performance.
Ken?
Yeah, you know, like as a fan, you know, we still have to ask again. And, you know, because it's been a long while since FC has had the trophy. And at the moment, you said the team can compete. And do you honestly think that we can believe this season that it will be the season that FC win because of what has happened and still happening in pre-season? And also, the second one will be, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty in Kenyan football at the moment. We don't know what the next move, and there's a whole change of government and you know, the whole transition. Aside from the players being settled, is the management of the team settled and ready for such changes happening? Because they usually just happen on a spin.
Yeah, actually, Ken, thank you for your observation. Right now, with the leadership of our chairman, Shkanda, Shkanda actually has brought in a lot of stability when it comes to players' salaries and players' maybe bonuses. So, to me, I don't think if there will be anything for these players to ride on, saying that maybe there's an excuse A or B. Right now, it's even the sponsor who has come on board. He also wants some delivery or results out of what he gives in. So, to me, we are with a lot of hopes that this time around, AFC should move somewhere and get something out of at the end of the season. Yeah. And
of course, regarding, you know, uncertainty over, you know, league kickoff, I'm here now on behalf of FKF Transition and I'm going to speak with authority. But this year, Amina Mohamed extended our mandate for another 2 months. Of course, new administration is coming at the helm. Whoever comes, whoever takes charge, we will work with them for the next
2 months.
Shortest period of time, whether it's 2 months, 1 week, 2 weeks. And our aim, of course, is to help in the delivery of what is good for football, leagues resuming, you know, if possible, World Football Governing Body FIFA lifting their ban on Kenya so that we are eligible to play in competitive football, because as we speak right now, you know, Tusker might not be representing Kenya in CAF Champions League by the virtue they won, you know, Kenya Premier League. So is Viga Queens who won Kenya Women Premier League. And, you know, generally we are in a sorry state as far as participation in sanctioned international football is concerned, but you know, the progress is encouraging, and I think Kenya Premier League will kick off as earlier stated. The fixtures have already been released. I think you have yours.
Yeah, we have our
first game.
Our first game is actually, can I say, it's Kakamega Homeboys in Western.
That is an Ingo Derby.
Ingo Derby.
Kakamega Homeboys against AFC Leopards.
Actually, that's always an Ingo Derby. And we are hoping to make sure that actually we start well. And this one can only happen maybe when the team is prepared well. And the way I've just said, the coach is coming also in a week or 2 weeks' time. And I'm sure by the time we start our first match, we'll be with our coach. So
Patrick Osims will be back in not too long.
It will not take too long.
He has been hailed as a good coach, and he tactically understands his staff, and probably in him, that is the man to take FC Leopards to another level. Only if there is no further rankling.
Yes, but Maxwell, this time round, I can assure you.
Or rankling is brought by, you know, financial instability, which has been solved.
And again, with the belief in the coach, and even if you ask FC Leopards fans, they will tell you this coach is doing a good job. And we hope out of what he's doing and the preparation that he will get since we started, we are going somewhere. Because we have a target of at least 4 or 5 matches, we should be moving well.
Yeah. Ken, most teams that are sponsored by corporates, have not been experiencing these challenges and problems the likes of AFC Leopards and Gor Mahia are going through in terms of, unpaid allowances, unpaid salaries, and I think that is attributed to their good performance, like Tusker,
Yes.
KCB, Bandari, which is sponsored by Kenya Ports Authority, and even Kakamega Homeboys, whom I'm told that, Kakamega County government led by the outgoing governor Wycliffe Oparanya has played a big role in
actually that's why from the beginning Kakamega was leading with a bigger margin, about 10 points.
Yeah.
And by that time there was a lot of stability in Kakamega.
They bottled the league themselves.
Yeah. And even there's a time somebody was asking me about what could have happened about Kakamega not taking winning the KPL trophy. To me, it was just a mistake from their own technical bench because they had everything. And every opportunity they had during that time was that they have to maintain that gap. But I don't know what happened to the technical bench and even the management, and all of a sudden they lost. But generally, any team in the country or for these all KPL clubs, especially these sponsored teams, there's always stability. There's always stability.
So stability is key.
Stability is a key factor. It's a key factor.
Gor Mahia, despite the tribulations they have gone through, they won Kenya Premier League 4 times running.
Yeah. At times when you get to winning, it's sometimes it's hard to stop, something like that.
Or at times passion overrides instability.
Yeah. And also, because the instability sort of crops up somewhere in the middle of the season.
Yes.
Before then they set themselves up because during that time Gor were winning everything. They had brought in really good players.
Quality players.
Even bans could not affect them because they had great contracts and could stay for long. But now that things have changed a bit, okay, they came up a bit last season. They'll be looking to do better this season. But on stability again, I think Gor and FC compared to the corporates, the fluctuation of the betting firms, it's something that can always happen as compared to KCB, who the corporate that sponsors it is established. Tusker, totally established. So I think
Bandari,
they are guaranteed of securing sponsorship.
So without the fluctuation and the financial problems, as he said, which have been sorted, I think we can look forward to a more steady performance by AFC Leopards and maybe even totally challenging and going to the end, but not crumbling like their brothers.
So good pre-season while you were in Kakamega, taking part in Lidonde Cup of which you won.
Yeah.
You clinched the cup,
To me, I can count that was my first. Shillings. Yeah, that was my first trophy.
That was your first assignment to deliver.
Yeah, to deliver, and I was happy because we now at least have a trophy to say that so far since 1998, I can now say I have one trophy.
Do you think that is something your fans want to hear?
Okay,
you bragging of silverware you have in your cabinet.
You see, Maxwell, I always believe in that you do the right thing or bad, there will always be a criticism. And there are some who will congratulate you, like when you won the trophy, some were happy because even if you see the prize money, it was about 1 million. And 1 million is not just 100 bob. And people were happy. So out of what we are now competing for, especially to KPL, these small things that we get, and that's how we should encourage the team to have that morale that now, kumbe, since you can win this one, going to the next one, still you can do it. And once you give them that morale, they will give you the result that you are looking for.
So the future is promising.
Future is promising.
That is what you can tell your supporters, right?
Yes, future is promising. Let them come and support the team because the team is there and the team is nice. And despite even winning, the kind of football that we play, ask anybody, even other teams, now they fear AFC because the football that we play will make you tomorrow to come to watch AFC playing another team.
Ken, this man is tempting us that we need to attend their training session tomorrow. Tomorrow, where are you training?
No, tomorrow is a Sunday.
Rest day.
A rest day, but Monday will be in Kamtoyo. Then the whole week will be in Kamtoyo, and on Friday we might be having a friendly match with a team that we have not yet identified. But you come and see the kind of football that we are playing.
Generally, your last submissions on the show as a top football stakeholder, you have had an opportunity to oversee several football entities in the country. I don't know, what's your genuine position as far as Kenyan state of football?
Actually, to me, it's a little bit complicated in a manner that we have a government that is going and a government that is coming. So you cannot predict well where will this new government, because to me, from the look of things and the way these two government has been, not two government, the opposition and the government, the way that they presented themselves with manifesto.
Yes.
I didn't see anywhere the two manifestos talking about sports or football generally. But I'll plead with the government that will come in to move with speed so that we lift the ban that we are right now having as a country, so that we can move also, because football as a fraternity and the entire world or in Kenya employs a lot of people.
Yes.
And when it comes or it drags so much, so many families are also suffering. But my request is the next government that will come in, let's move with speed so that you can uplift the ban and reorganize ourselves. We have also a competitive football.
Ken?
My last one will be a question, maybe to ask how far is the team or the club from acquiring their own training spot, or even a small area where they can actually call it a stadium?
Because we have been told time and again that, you know, the late President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi donated some land to these two top clubs, both AFC and Gor Mahia at Kasarani.
Yeah.
What's the plan in terms of appropriately using the parcel
actually
of land?
even in our chairman's manifesto, one of the things that actually he was insisting on, that we have our own stadium, and it was just a matter of time and funds, so that you can, because we already have the land, and it's just a matter of time.
How many acres?
I can't say exactly how many acres, but it's a sizable.
It's a huge parcel of land.
Yes. No, now to me, chairman is working on it, and the entire fraternity of AFC Leopards, they are working on it, because the office that right now we have in AFC Leopards, this is one of their manifesto, that at least they have that place, so that now we can start planning on how we can build our own stadium, or just a place that AFC can be training. Maxwell, maybe just...
As you wind up, because my director is on my case, time is not on our side.
Just to wind up, AFC Leopards and Gor Mahia, these are top clubs. We need to emulate, because if you compare AFC and you can compare between Manchester United and Arsenal, or Yanga and Simba, we need to come up as a community club so that we can have our own stadiums or our own fields. Not that where we have come from, we are still just mark timing. We need to move as a community clubs.
Wow. Albert Wesonga, team manager for FKF Premier League side AFC Leopards, joining us this particular afternoon to share insights regarding their preparations and strategies ahead of the league kickoff. Of course, the top tier FKF Premier League will be starting next month on 10th. The fixtures have already been released by FKF Transition Committee led by retired General Maurice Oyugi. And of course, yes, Amina Mohamed has extended the mandate of the temporary and interim committee by 2 months, and of course, going by whatever the team has been putting in place, the draft constitution which will guide the operations and running of football going forward. They say they are ready to work with whoever will take charge and come over in terms of, you know, the new administration after the August 9, 2022 general elections. Thank you, Albert, for coming through. Thank you for joining us this particular afternoon. Ken, also, it's been a pleasure having you on board. And of course, we take a break from the set and enjoy, the other football activities happening elsewhere in terms of English Premier League. Tottenham and Wolves are playing against each other. The game started at 2:30, early kickoff, still scoreless. But of course, we're going to keep tabs on the same. Let's continue with the conversation offline. Hashtag touchline Y254 to Maxwell at Y254 channel. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good afternoon. God bless.